This is First and 15 on Wayne 15 Plus.
Welcome in to another episode of First and 15, episode 32, where Ethan and I are debating whether we just want to record the warning track right now while we're talking about
middle fantasy baseball draft. How you feel about your draft so far?
Oh, I feel really good actually. There were definitely a couple points where there were guys I wanted to take. I really wanted Jordan in the third round. I just feel like he will be ever elusive to me. I wanted him a ton last year, and I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't get him last year. But
Is my mic on?
yeah,
All right. I can't hear myself.
really,
Yeah, that's all.
I don't know why because I can hear you. What about now?
Nope. I'm on 2.
Yeah,
Got no feedback.
that's weird.
Dude, it's fine. As long as
Anyway.
you can hear me.
Yeah.
As long as people at home can hear me.
Wait, actually talk into it.
Mic check.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah. I thought it wasn't. I thought it wasn't pinging for a second. It's definitely shown up here, but there have been times where. Anyway, yeah, we're here to talk football. Believe it or not, a lot of.
You had me muted there, boss.
Oh,
On zeros.
I've never even touched that.
That's
thing
crazy.
Before, so.
That's crazy.
But yeah, last week's episode we covered a bunch of free agency stuff, and the train kept on rolling. Maybe not quite as many crazy moves as last week, although we had something happen literally just an hour or two ago. We were recording this at roughly 2:30 p.m.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes,
That's-
happy St. Patty's Day.
That's why this tie is haphazardly thrown around my shoulders, as there's been some pinching threats in the office.
Yeah. No green on me. Maybe a little green with envy seeing all these teams making moves and the Lions and
Ooh.
Tigers doing nothing. So we'll get into it.
Crazy.
Like I said, crazy move happened like 2 hours before we started recording here.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos trade for Jalen Waddle.
Woo!
In return, they also got a 4th-round pick along with Waddle, and then they gave up their 1st-round pick this year, which is the 30th overall, along with a 3rd and a 4th-round pick this year.
That's a little too much for me to handle. I need. Stay right here.
You all right, man?
Keep rolling, dude.
Okay.
I'm great.
Wow. Ethan Allen is just exiting stage right here. Well,
I
anyway,
wasn't expecting to discuss such a momentous trade today. I just need something, you know?
is that a little energy drink?
It's a little ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Dude,
huh?
listen. If I'm gonna keep up with you, I know that you have emotions about this trade. I'm gonna need a little. Wait. Oh.
Wow. I didn't know we're either recording a fantasy baseball podcast, a fantasy football podcast, or a little ASMR.
ASMR. All right.
I don't even know.
Give us
what
the
we got
details.
going
I think
here.
everyone at home should sit down if they haven't heard the trade yet.
Well, I just said it.
Oh, yeah, you
So
did.
yeah. So I guess I'll be interested to hear your thoughts first before
I think
I kind of get into mine.
I think the Broncos are maybe my favorite to come out of the AFC for the Super Bowl after this. And I know that has nothing to do with fantasy, but I think it speaks to the caliber of team they are and the moves that they're making. I mean,
I think they would have this past year if it weren't for Bo Nix getting hurt. I think they would have beaten the Patriots.
I don't know if they were the favorite, though. I think they could have.
I'm just saying they would have beaten the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think they would have.
I think this move is great. I think this. You all right?
No, yeah, no. I'm just saying it's a great move.
It's a great,
Yeah,
like,
I'm agreeing.
I want to draft Bo Nix. If this doesn't move the needle on where Bo Nix is going, it should. I mean, if people are not thinking about this come draft day, and obviously we're months and months away from that, so there aren't really solidified big boards and these things, and we've still got more moves to be made this offseason, but this should move the needle for you on Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
This to me says, regardless of the talent, they believe that this guy can fling the ball, and they're going to do that to win games. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised if Bo Nix finishes a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he nearly did this past year, if I remember correctly. Finished 6th overall, I think. I can pull it up to confirm that. But I think what it does is it just makes the Broncos a complete offense.
Yeah.
They were hoping Evan Ingram would be that reliable second target alongside Cortland Sutton. Just didn't quite work out. The running game is fine. They brought back J.K. Dobbins, so the running back room is going to look the exact same this year, or I guess next year, however you want to describe it. So, yeah, I think it gives Bo Nix and Sean Payton a complete offense to work with, 2 really, really good weapons, 2 really, really good running backs in the backfield, alongside maybe the best defense in football.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nasty.
And I don't want to be misunderstood. Bo Nix, I don't think is a top 5 talent, but the offense is great. I like the play calling. You talked about the defense. I mean,
yeah, and he gets sneaky running back. So he finished QB7.
yeah, okay.
Overall, so and was only really, he was only what is that? 14 points behind QB5, which was Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, basically right in the thick of it. I mean, you're definitely a QB1.
Yeah, so
So
Waddle's first 3 seasons, 1,000-yard seasons. He's failed to reach 1,000 yards the past 2 years, but last year, 910 yards, 6 TDs with a pitiful franchise, with a terrible team. I mean, a team that was so bad, I told you, was one of the 2 or 3 teams that I didn't even want any players from because I believed in them so little. And guess what? I believe in them even less now. If this is what's happening in the front office, I mean, I know you got to divorce fantasy from reality, but man, what a sorry franchise. What a sad state of affairs in Miami that just makes me not want to draft any of their players. I don't want any stock in that team. I don't want to own anything that's blue and orange.
a little wide in there, too.
Yeah, I don't want any of it. You know, but I'm putting my my Mercury Morris jersey. No, what's that running back's name? Mercury.
I mean, the old guy was Mercury Morris.
Yeah, Mercury Morris. Yeah, I'm boxing up my Mercury Morris jersey.
Wow.
I don't want people to know that I have that. Just a terrible franchise.
Yeah.
You got a clean house, front office, all of it.
Well, to be fair, they already did.
They did.
And they have a new GM and head coach from your beloved Packers.
Do it again, because if you got a new GM and these are the moves we're making, wash it again.
But that's what I think is so odd about it is, so I'm trying to look before I speak too far. So they signed Malik Willis. We talked about it on last week's show.
Mhm.
Signed Malik Willis to a by QB standards, a very friendly deal, 3 years, 60-some million.
And he's going to be great.
Will he?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean,
it
'cause
seems like they're answering the question of let's take a QB with about as few starts as possible and take away all the talent around
Because
him.
they waived Tyreek too, right?
Waived or cut, yeah.
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 And yeah, released, I guess is probably the right word. And you also released Bradley Chubb, right? Not that that matters for fantasy, but you're just hemorrhaging your best players. Like you said, it was a friendly contract.
Well, to me, that's not the issue. If they hadn't signed Malik Willis, I wouldn't care about that at all.
Mhm.
If they really were just trying to strip it down to the studs,
Yeah.
I was actually listening to something during my lunch break that said the Dolphins are now the youngest team in the NFL.
Doesn't
by
surprise me.
roster, yeah. I could understand that, like just completely wanting to start fresh. Why did you sign Malik Willis? Why wouldn't you just run it a year with Quinn Ewers, win 1 or 2 games, get the number 1 overall pick?
See what you have.
The 2027 draft is supposed to be really good quarterback draft. And so, yeah, it just seems like you signed a guy, you're giving him absolutely nothing. I mean, Achane will literally be the only good, and it's a very good weapon, but I mean, not even a receiving weapon or a primary one. That just makes no sense to me. And then what really makes, this is what I was trying to look up, is Tua's dead money. They're splitting across 2 seasons,
Really?
which is normal. I think that's what the Broncos
but
did. But
this is not a normal situation.
the Broncos, it made sense because they were still trying to contend.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Well, I guess I don't know what it would look like on their cap if they had done it even with the Malik Willis signing. My assumption is they did that partially because, or this is what I assumed, is they signed Malik Willis. I mean, $67 million is still nothing to scoff at. And then maybe try to put some cheap pieces around him and compete a little bit. Yeah, to me, it just seems like a completely mixed signal compared to last week. You're signing a guy that you hope will maybe be a franchise quarterback, taking a little shot in the dark, to we're taking everything around him. I know everybody seems to talk about Malik Willis like he's literally just going to be the next Warren Moon.
I mean,
but he's only made 4 starts in his career, or 6 starts,
6.
whatever it is.
Don't forget about
6
Tennessee
starts. Made no sense to me. And then for the Broncos only having to give up a late first rounder, they gave up a 3rd and a 4th, but got a 4th in return. That is just a no-brainer. And we've
Yeah.
seen Jalen Waddle work as the second wide receiver in an offense. We've seen him work as the main one. I think he complements Cortland Sutton really well in terms of the type of wide receiver Jalen Waddle is compared to Cortland. Obviously, Sean Payton's an offensive mastermind. Yeah, I think it is a slam dunk move by the Broncos and one by the Dolphins. I just do not understand. But
Yeah, here's my other problem with it is that if you're the Dolphins and you think that Malik could be a guy that can win you some games, maybe you think that there's enough untapped potential that he could be your guy, a franchise sort. We use that word. I don't mean franchises in Super Bowl winner, MVP, but a guy that can carry you. You're not going to know. I mean, he's almost completely devoid of talent on this roster outside of Achane, and so if he's terrible this year, how much can you blame him? How much have you learned? I guess they have a bevy of 2026 picks now. Maybe they spend it on some wide receivers. Gosh, I sure hope so. But if I'm Malik, I'm scratching my head and saying, I mean, I guess you guys gave me money, but I don't know what you expect me to do in this offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Dolphins have the 11th overall pick in the draft. So maybe they take I don't know if I see Cardell Tate sliding that much, but potentially a Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
Who would probably be the number one wide receiver in this draft if it weren't for the injury concerns.
Let's check. Let's see what Mel Kiper's got for his mock. I'm pulling it up right now.
Would this be updated post?
No, but I'm saying for that 11 pick.
Okay.
Come on. Nope. Not Lunardi's 2026 March Madness guide. Come on, ESPN. Play ball with me. But yeah, I think that's the frustrating thing for me is I think you're wasting a year of finding out how good Malik Willis is.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's frustrating from the Dolphins' perspective. I mean, fantasy, bringing us back to reality, what we're actually here to talk about. To you, as a guy who is higher on Achane than me, what does this do to Achane's fantasy value?
I think because he is so good in the receiving game, I'm not concerned.
Okay.
In fact, I guess I'd have to look at some rankings. I definitely wouldn't take him over Gibbs or Bijan. But unless there's a name, and then McCaffrey's still just so weird because of the injury concerns. I think because he's coming off a full season, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not probably somebody I would be targeting. So I would take McCaffrey over him. But I think Achane probably still be my running back 4.
This is from 2 hours ago, so I'm assuming it does not have the news in it.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. Pick 11. I mean, he's got him taking Jordan Tyson.
Really? Okay.
Here, can I read you his thoughts?
Let's hear him.
I originally had right tackle Francis. I can't say that brother's last name. The Miami guy, really good right tackle. Mauga maybe. Here, Austin Jackson has played 14 games combined over the past 2 seasons, and Larry Borum is off to Detroit. There's a hole in the right side of the O-line, but the Dolphins traded Jalen Waddle to the Broncos, forcing me to tweak a few picks. Malik Washington and new addition Jalen Tolbert are the 2 top receivers in Miami right now. That isn't a great setup for Malik Willis, whom the team just signed for $67.5 million over 3 years. Tyson is almost always available to the football, making tough plays in tight coverage. If not for some durability concerns, Tyson would probably be the top receiver in the class. Miami would need him to contribute in a big way as a rookie. Let's see if he has a prediction for their last pick in this round.
They do have 2 first-rounders.
Well, because they just got one, the 30th.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
He's got them taking a defensive end. Yep.
Okay.
Keldrick Falk.
Yeah.
Also from Auburn.
I'm pretty impressed they had it updated that quickly.
Dude, Mel's that guy.
Yeah.
You ever see the Kelly Endo impressions of Mel Kiper?
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
fantastic.
I love the one where he says, for my money, you get me an ice cold coffee, refreshing, beats hot coffee any day of the week.
Yeah, Todd McShay's looking over like, what in
What?
the world are we talking about? Come on, Mel.
Also, the Mel Kiper, he like watches The Bachelorette and like will do rankings, or at least he used to. My dad and I were in Florida once. We had Sirius XM radio on, and Mel Kiper's I really like Bridget here down the stretch. I think she gets that final rose.
It seems a little embarrassing. It's kinda-
Yeah.
Now, have you seen the famous clip from the 90s where he's like dogging some indie, like the Colts GM, and the Colts were awful in the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Morton Anderson, or not Morton Anderson. Well, some ESPN analyst interviews him and starts going off on Mel Kiper,
Yep.
so it's kind of a back and forth. It's a pretty funny clip. But, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess like you said, from a fantasy perspective.
Bill Tobin.
I really don't see why Waddle's value would change at all. I think this is maybe more of a 1-1A situation than it was with Tyreek was clearly 1, Waddle clearly 2. Like I said, and I think the two complement each other so well, him and Sutton. I do think it would maybe, I guess, we're still pretty early on, so I don't really know where Sutton was going in drafts prior to this. I do think it would knock down Sutton for me a little bit. To me, I think he kind of more becomes a DK Metcalf-ish type of receiver. I just don't think you're going to see the volume there as much. I think he'll definitely still get plenty of touchdowns. In fact, I would almost say I like him still more than Metcalf. I would say he's more of a guarantee to get higher touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
Like
I
the
think
offense.
it knocks him down. I think it knocks him down a little bit. I still like Waddle where he's at.
I mean, I guess we're already talking about it. Jordan Tyson. I mean, if that is the pick, let's just say a wide receiver goes at that 11 spot. So, great pedigree. It's going to be a first-round guy. How high are you drafting them among this class of rookie wide receivers? I mean, the other place we're expecting, I mean, I think we're all kind of expecting Cardinal Tate to go to the Saints, to be honest.
Maybe. I mean, they're definitely not taking Love anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, wide receiver is just such a deep position. I mean, wide receiver on Fantasy Pros rankings, wide receiver 19 is Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking him over that. I scroll down a little more. Fantasy Pros shows Waddle as a Bronco.
Yeah.
I don't know if these rankings have changed. We talked
Probably
about this, I
not.
think. Yeah. They have him as wide receiver 25. I would take Waddle over Jameson Williams, but he's just a Metcalf type, so I'm not really as
I agree.
said before. They have Terry McLaurin as wide receiver 22. I would not take Waddle over McLaurin.
Okay.
They have Mike Evans at wide receiver 23. I would take Mike Evans
I love Mike Evans
over
this year.
Waddle. They have a Mecca Ibuka at wide receiver 26 with Mike Evans gone. I think I'd rather have Ibuka over Waddle.
Yeah.
And this isn't even so much like disrespect to Waddle. It's just I think Ibuka showed a lot of promise as a rookie.
The opportunity's
and now has, there. Yeah. Wide receiver 28 is Christian Watson. I would rather have Waddle.
With Daubs gone?
Dobbs did nothing. We're gonna get in the Romeo Dobbs contract too.
Wow.
I can promise you that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Honestly, if we're going back to my question about pass catchers, the guy I'm most excited to draft and why I'm not going to be high on Egbuka is because I think
The Buccaneers are going to draft Kenyon Sadiq.
and I think that guy's going to be a monster. I've got Rookie of the Year wrapped up, Kenyon Sadiq.
Really?
Yeah. So that's it. We haven't had
But they re-signed Kate on.
we haven't had a rookie show yet, but I like Kenyon Sadiq in that offense.
Didn't they re-sign Kate Otten?
I think so.
Not that he's necessarily a game changer, but yeah, they gave him a 3-year extension. I don't think they're going to draft a tight end.
I think they will. I think they're looking at the Mike Evans gone, the Mike Evans hole, and they're going to say, "Hey, we'd like a red zone threat." I mean, yeah, they've got Chris Godwin back, but I think they're looking for another guy to catch balls. And I think, to be honest with you, I think in 20 years we're going to look back and say Kenyon Sadiq was probably the best player in this draft offensively.
Wow.
I think he's that type of freak. He's got like a higher jump than Julio Jones. The dude is massive. He's got great hands.
I guess Kuiper has him mocked.
He
to the
does?
Bucs. Yeah, he does.
Let's go, Kuiper!
But
Really great talent.
yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, we'll have to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a rookie show
Oh, we will,
after the draft when
yeah,
places are
definitely,
set.
sure.
But right after the draft, wherever Kenyon Sadiq goes, I'm drafting that brother. First round. I'm not taking him in the first round. But I think he's going to have a great career.
Yeah.
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
As for, I guess, Achane, going back to the rankings, so he is listed on Fantasy Pros as running back 5.
Really?
So it goes Bijan, Gibbs, McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Achane.
Give me the few guys after HN.
RB6 is James Cook.
I'd rather Cook.
RB7 is Ashton Genty.
I'd rather Genty because I'm high in that offense.
It's crazy. RB8's Amarian Hampton.
Nope.
RB9's Chase Brown.
Nope.
RB10's Saquon.
Absolutely not.
RB11's Kenneth Walker.
No. So I would just be taking him 2 slots.
So wow,
later.
okay, this is definitely updated because this was Kenneth Walker was not this high.
Yeah, he wasn't.
When we did the show last week, so they have Kenneth Walker over Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like that. Did we make a Kenneth Walker bet, or did we just talk about it? We just,
I think somebody talked about Kenneth Walker. There's also some sticky notes.
you got stickies over there?
No,
right here.
'Cause some of them fell.
This is old. Did we make a bet last week? I don't think we made a bet last week, brother.
No.
I wanted to make a Kenneth Walker bet. These are old. These are
Okay.
me
Okay.
yucked away.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've mentioned this before. I'd rather have Achane over JT, just because of the other receiving threat.
If Daniel Jones is back and healthy,
And obviously, you know how much I love James Cook. We talked about him a lot on the show during the season.
yeah, only one
Just-
of us here doesn't like James
yeah.
Cook, and he's
Just-
not even here.
yeah. So, but same thing. Achane's gonna have the receiving work. So,
Yeah.
Maybe the ceiling isn't quite what it once was, but if to me, I think it's almost the highest floor. So who else are you gonna throw it to? And they're still gonna run the ball.
Dude, me. I'm a free agent. Hey, Miami Dolphins. I'll take back everything I've ever said about you if you slide me a 1-year contract, all right? I'll block. I'll put in the dirt. Listen, I'll put my life on the line for Malik Willis. I'll die in the trenches to protect him, and I'll run a little slant.
Man, they have Trey McBride and Brock Bowers 18th and 19th overall in these rankings. That would put them at second-round picks. Now, I remember the days when Kelsey was a tight end 1 going in the first round, but that was more just because there was literally no other tight ends to draft.
Gronk, too, was like that.
Well, yeah, Gronk. So that's pretty wild.
Dude, you would just
Pretty
slam
wild.
into the first Gronk. Listen,
So
I lost a fantasy game once where my brother forgot to set his lineup because he had Gronk. It was devastating. I think I was like 12 years old, and I was
Yeah.
devastated, dude.
yeah, that's pretty brutal.
He had Gronk and Peyton Manning, and I think he had 0 wide receivers starting, and I still got fried. Yeah. Anyway, we had other moves.
Well, yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add about the Waddle.
I just think it's
Waddle
ridiculous. I
stuff.
think the Dolphins are a dumpster fire right now. That's a crazy move to me. It reeks of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like we're moving multiple different directions at once, and I'd love to be proven wrong. I would love for in 5 years us to look back and say, man, that was actually really smart. You know, maybe Malik is backing up their franchise quarterback at that point, and it was good that he was there for a year and developed culture, and they used those picks really well.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see that right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not an NFL GM. I think for fantasy, you know, I already don't love Achane. I'm interested to see what this will do to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and I'm not a Packers fan, but it makes me a little concerned about what's coming out of that front office if these are the type of moves some of their highest brass is making. But
Former highest
that-
brass. Former.
That's just
He's out.
Well, I saw how much Packer fans were crying when Jeff Hafley left, so they're not exactly happy that he's gone.
We're devastated by the Hafley leaving.
Yeah, but no, Ethan's right. We still have a few other
Man,
pretty notable moves. I would
ginger
say,
ale's
to make.
great soda. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Ginger ale.
Ginger,
There
hey,
you go.
Seagram's not a sponsor
So,
of the show,
well,
but you could be.
Yeah, he likes it.
Send the check.
The next move I wanted to talk about, this was a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we only record once a week. Is Kyler Murray going to the Vikings? 1-year deal, league minimum, because he's getting so much money from being cut by the Cardinals.
And from his Call of Duty streams.
Probably that too, yeah. It was interesting seeing all the commentary. I kind of expected everybody saying, oh, yeah, I know he's going to Kevin O'Connell, even though he's never won a playoff game. He's apparently like Sean McVay 2.0.
Yeah, he's the quarterback whisperer.
They
Come
do
on.
have. I mean, obviously they do have a really good offense. I guess it'll be interesting to see what their running back room looks like because I'm pretty sure Aaron Jones became a free agent. Jordan Mason, I think, was lackluster in what time he got last year, but the wide receiver core is insane. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, obviously.
Stacked.
They even still have Hawkinson, T.J. Hawkinson. I know he's been a disappointment the last year or two, but there's plenty of stuff to throw to there. Clearly a much better situation than anything he's ever had in Arizona. So a lot of people were saying, Vikings sneaky team. I mean, they literally won 15 games just 2 years ago, or 14 games just 2 years ago.
They do play in a tough division.
Oh, it's maybe the toughest division I've ever seen.
Don't say maybe. Just say it.
It is.
Say it with your chest.
It is. I'm not happy as a Lions fan. Like, of course, as soon as we get good, it just becomes the greatest division the NFL's ever seen.
I mean, we
But-
never were bad.
No, but
The Bears.
Like, I mean, they're all good, man. They're all good. And I know you're way lower on Kyler than I am because, unfortunately, I agree with a lot of the national consensus of what this move means. Yeah, I think I don't even know where he's going. Let's see. I guess I don't know if Fantasy Pros would have this updated too. See where he ranks among quarterbacks, but I want him. I think the dude's going to be really good.
Would you draft him as your starting quarterback?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to find. Let's see where he's at.
I'm pulling up Fantasy Pros as well.
Because I'm just looking at their like big board,
Mm-hmm.
and it may not be updated.
Where do they have him?
Oh, I haven't found him yet. Unless I scrolled over him. Let's just Control F this. They have him as QB 21, which I think is where he was last time because he's right ahead of CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think this has changed yet. But I would rather have him over. They have Malik Willis QB 19.
Okay.
I'd rather have Kyler Murray
All
over
right.
that. I know Tyler Shuck. People have talked about potential QB1 upside. I'd rather have Kyler Murray over Tyler Shuck. Would rather have him over Baker coming off a bad season with less weapons.
Do you read into it all that the team is billing this as a competition?
Of course they're gonna, because they're not gonna admit that JJ McCarthy's
Stinks.
Yeah.
Is bad.
So yeah, I would hope they would. Unless they just wanted to go the Niners Trey Lance route and just like completely cut bait early and just admit, yeah, it's done. We're gonna move on with somebody else.
Do you think he's, and this doesn't matter unless you're a dynasty player, you think he's a long-term solution there at QB? That's so. Though it's interesting. Those are the two things that I saw.
He definitely
reported.
could be. The only problem is so he's a 1-year deal, and I don't know if you saw, but in his contract there is a no tag clause. They literally cannot franchise
They
tag
have
him.
to re-sign him.
And then I forget if this was going on after they already signed, but there were reports that he's already talking to teams that will likely have a quarterback need in 2027.
I did not see that.
Yes.
What I saw.
So he's clearly looking out for
He's on the move.
himself.
Whoever's
man.
got the best Wi-Fi for his streams.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of a weird deal, but I will say this. I think the Vikings clearly, not that I think McConnell's on the hot seat, but they did fire their GM this offseason, probably because of losing Sam Darnold. So even if it's maybe not the decision they want to make, the court of public opinion is not going to let them. If Kyler Murray has a good season, there's no way he leaves the building. They could not do that again.
Yeah.
So if he has a good season, then yeah, I think they cut ties with JJ, go with Kyler long term. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
This is from the Vikings fan-sided page. According to Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer, the veteran quarterback in his camp quickly identified the Vikings as his best option. Minnesota did the same with Murray. However, the Vikings didn't just see the veteran quarterback as their best option for 2026. Breer says the franchise identified him as their best long-term options of the available quarterbacks. And Minnesota head coach Kevin O'Connell let Murray know that. And there's a quote that isn't cited. It's just seems like it's attributed to O'Connell based on that.
Yeah.
So it's in quotes, while Murray still has to win the job from McCarthy, what O'Connell said to Murray did stick with him, that he was the one guy in the market that they could see as a potential long-range answer rather than one-year bandit. I guess that's from the SB article, or the SI article. So, yeah, I mean.
Well, it makes sense. This team's in win-now mode. They had a disappointing year last year, but they
Exceptionally
won
disappointing.
14 wins. They had 14 wins 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They're trying to win now.
They're still right there.
And Kyler obviously has a lot of intangibles, the physical talent. I know this isn't really something you can gauge. I mean, it's not tangible in any way, but sometimes people just need a fresh start. We saw that with Darnold, moved around a couple places, then found success in Minnesota, and then obviously with Seattle. Baker Mayfield. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes these guys, Geno, I know it was a rough year for the Raiders, or with the Raiders, but had success in Seattle. Arizona is a awful franchise.
Terrible.
I don't know if you saw the, I don't know what they call it, but like where they basically rank teams every year based on like their fields and like
Yeah, like
quality of life.
the
things they offer.
accoutrements of football, yeah.
I mean, the Cardinals always rank among last.
Mhm. Bad popcorn.
Yes. I wonder if I could find that. NFL team grade rankings. I think they had an F- in something, unless one of the fantasy football. So the fantasy footballers are all from Arizona,
Yeah.
so they're all Cardinals fans. I swear one of them tweeted that one of the rankings they got was an F-
That's tough.
in something.
F- is really tough. Hey,
Dude, they did. Their locker room got an F-. Who would want to play there? Team ownership, F.
Listen,
Could you imagine that? I know this is obviously anonymous polls from the NFLPA. Could you imagine the owner of the Cardinals looking like, yeah, my players just
they hate
ranked
it.
me as an F?
Yeah, that is really tough. F- is insane.
That's crazy.
It's you know what that reminds me of? It's like when Charles Barkley talks about Phoenix.
Yeah.
The hot dog's bad. The popcorn's stale. Can't park next to the stadium.
Yeah. Well, and if I remember correctly, I guess funny enough, you're talking about food. I swear they have like some weird, like it's not even like a buffet. Maybe don't quote me on this.
Quote
but
him.
I
Quote
swear-
him. Quote him, America. Quote him.
I swear there's.
I want to see Twitter think pieces.
Oh my! But so their overall rank was 31st.
Josh Hader just got drafted in our league, by the way.
I'm not surprised. The closer run's going insane. I think it wasn't Pittsburgh. Who was last?
And Nico Horner went as well.
Oh, Pittsburgh is last.
Dang, really?
So
For what?
So they also have an F- in home game field, treatment of facilities F, locker room
Yeah,
F-.
what's wrong with Heinz Field?
Team travel F.
Wow.
So the Rooney family.
Team
was,
travel. They're just taking puddle jumpers to games, huh?
yeah, I guess
They
so.
say, "Hey, get on the team bus, boys.
Uh-huh.
We ain't flying."
So all that to say, I mean, I think the Cardinals are right there with the Jets, Browns, franchises you don't want to be with. So
Aaron Rodgers just drives guys to the game, huh?
I guess so. Oh my! Not an aside. Guess who we took with his next pick? The guy who took Hader, Brian Abreu.
Oh, I did see that.
That's a crazy reach just to
Closer,
secure that
closer.
spot. That's crazy. That's a wasted pick.
Yeah, especially when
And then Teoscar went.
Devin Williams is still on the board.
Man, I might have to make a pick here.
Dude,
on the
Devin
show.
Williams is still on the board. He went to Abreu.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's not?
8.91.
Dang. Devin Williams isn't on the board, America. I lied to you.
So yeah, that's where I sit, and I think Justin Jefferson. Actually, I'd be interested to see. This probably isn't updated, but where Justin Jefferson is going. I mean, absolutely. If he's going like an early second round, like a 1-2 turn,
He's going to be first round guy.
slamming
He's going to be first round guy.
it.
Come on.
Okay, he's late. He's wide receiver 6. Late for, so it looks like it would project to be a late first.
Sorry, I'm catching up on my spreadsheet. I didn't realize you took Soderstrom earlier.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we're talking a late first here.
Okay.
I want it. Give me that. As a matter of fact, the way the fantasy pros are ranking, I would love to draft 10th overall. Give me Justin Jefferson and then
In
Devon
first?
Achane.
Achane on the
in
back
the early
end?
second. That's about where he's going. So that's really all I have to say about that. I don't know if you have any more thoughts on Kyler. Like I said, I know you're lower on Kyler than I am. I know you mentioned the potential there. I mean, the Vikings will surely say there's a potential for J.J. McCarthy to still start. I guess let me ask you about this then, about J.J.
'Kay.
Does that change regardless if Kyler or J.J. starts? How you would rank him or just your desire to draft him? Justin Jefferson?
Okay. Let's see. You said
Yeah.
JJ, and I was like,
Sorry.
yeah, a little bit. I'm higher on JJ if it's not JJ throwing him the ball.
Okay. This makes sense.
Yeah.
So
But I'm not in love with Kyler Murray. I don't know. He just has looked lost out there several times. Like there's just, and you're right. Change of scenery often does a lot for guys, but he just looked disinterested in playing football at stretches this year.
I would too. But I was with the Cardinals.
Dude,
He was out for most of the year.
I was a
but-
Marvin Harrison investor.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. No, I was high on him too. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much all that needs to be said about Kyler. That will
What
be
else
very
we got?
interesting.
Run
They're,
through the
they're
list.
gonna they're gonna do their hardest or try their hardest to not make it a QB controversy. It's absolutely gonna be. The next one.
Well, if they were going to try their hardest, then they shouldn't have said it's a competition.
I would argue that the more controversy would just be saying, yeah, we don't believe in JJ anymore.
Just say,
JJ's not ready yet.
great.
Yeah, I just don't think they can do that. That would just go over so bad considering what happened with Darnold.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Not every franchise is like the Packers where they draft a guy that, someone can sit for a while. Do it the right way.
Yeah, Love's mid though.
Do it the right way. Better than any Lions for quarterback.
Moving
ever.
over, yeah, that's not true. Moving on to just a crazy.
Besides
contract,
Stafford.
a crazy contract. The Patriots
Woo!
signed Romeo Doubs,
Tell me the numbers.
4 years, up to $80 million.
Oh my gosh.
I think if I just say that I want to be a wide receiver in the NFL, that somebody would probably give me like $5 million at least. Man,
I could make $100K every year for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't out earn his contract pretty much.
He has never had more than 60 receptions in a season. He has never had more than 725 yards in a season. In a wide receiver room that is constantly dealing with injuries, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson missing so much time. I do not get it.
Geronimo Allison.
Like seriously, I'm not even trying to be
Listen,
funny. I don't.
I'm
get
also
it.
not trying to be funny. I think he played alongside Geronimo Allison and still was not spectacular.
I just cannot believe that the Patriots gave him $80 million. And obviously it's the NFL, so he's not going to make 80. But all intents and purposes,
I agree. I can't believe it.
um,
Where are you drafting him in fantasy, though? We know the offense is good. We know the defense is good.
well, I mean, they cut Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanking on the rookie. What was his name? Kyle Williams? Something Williams?
Don't recall.
Which I know he showed some promise
Mm-hmm.
in the second half of the season. I'm trying to find his name right now. But clearly, yeah, I mean, they are Kyle Williams, yep.
Kyle Williams.
I mean, clearly they signed him to be their number one guy. And Drake May's obviously coming off a fantastic year, runner-up for MVP.
How
Should
high
be a
would-
great offense.
How high would you draft him?
I just don't want to touch him. I don't want to be a part of it.
Kyle Williams is also listed as the 5th wide receiver on their depth chart. Kayshawn, how do you say that brother's name? Bowdy?
No, it's Butte.
Kayshawn B. And then
Matt Collins,
Demario Douglas, then Kyle Williams. Here's my question. Romeo Doubs is a wide receiver what this year?
I'm thinking probably a wide receiver 3, like a high-end wide receiver 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they see. Now, like I said, obviously they have a great, or was it 2023 draft? I'm trying to find Kyle Williams. Because I remember Mike was really high on him.
Kyle Williams drafted in 2023. No, he's 23 years old. Wrong stat.
Or no, he's a rookie this year. He was
Rookie
drafted
this
in the
year,
third round. So
10 receptions, 209 yards, 3 TDs.
yeah, no, he didn't play much.
No.
I'm trying to see where Fantasy Pros has Doubs.
2 carries for 3 yards, by the way.
Nice. What a guy. They have him listed as wide receiver 58, so clearly this is not updated yet. I'm trying to find some wide receivers in like the 20s or 30s. Because we basically labeled Jalen Waddle as like a low-end wide receiver too. He
Yeah.
would probably sit in the mid-20s. Rome Odunze, wide receiver 30. Him or Doubs?
I might take Doubs because Luther Burden and the other guys that are playing in Chicago. I think Rome Odunze is a better player, higher upside, but I think that the floor is much higher with Doubs. So if I'm drafting the second or third wide receiver on my team, I care a lot more about the floor.
Okay. Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, 34. Yeah, it's not an easy one, is it?
I'm probably going Dobbs. It's very,
Wow.
it's tight. It's tight. And that might be an
Wow.
emotional pick because Brian Thomas Jr. kind of burned me this year.
Well, funny enough, he's not even the highest rated Jaguar in this ranking list. They have Jacoby Myers, a wide receiver, 31.
I believe that.
Okay, let's go higher then instead of lower. DK Metcalf, wide receiver, 29. Remember, Pittman's there now.
I'm digging
Pittsburgh.
DK.
Over Dobbs?
Yeah.
Okay. Wide receiver 28 to Christian Watson, former teammate. I'd rather have Watson.
I'd rather Watson.
I would never draft Watson because of his injury stuff, but I would take Watson.
Never?
No.
Sitting there in
The
the
dude's
sitting
always-
there
the
sitting there in the
dude's
10th
always
round.
hurt.
Sitting there in the 10th round.
He's always hurt.
Wow, never.
I mean, it'd have to be like a
Dude,
late.
you must be a
It'd have to
Sith
be late.
because you deal in
Sith.
absolutes.
I said it would have to be late. Yeah, and then Cortland Sutton, Emeka Buka is 26, 27. Yeah, so, I mean, that shaped up to be, like a high-end wide receiver 3.
Yeah, wide receiver 3. That's a lot of money.
$80 million.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Christian Watson's not going to be a Packer when his contract's up.
I mean,
What kind of money is that guy going to demand?
yeah. It's just interesting. I remember a lot of people clown the Christian, well, I mean, I guess we can actually get into this guy after the Christian Kirk
Mm-hmm.
deal that he signed. You good?
Dude, I'm great.
Good thing that was empty, it sounded like.
I was just thinking, yeah, never mind. Never mind. That thought will stay in my head.
Yeah, when Christian Kirk signed the deal with the Jaguars, I'm trying to find the numbers. I think it was like 4 years, 80 million, roughly somewhere around there. I mean, he was coming off a season with he had 982 receiving yards, 77 receptions, 5 touchdowns in his last year with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So he's coming off a really good season. And then, yeah, his first year with the Jags was fantastic. He had 84 receptions, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns.
It's probably it was an overspend though.
I agree, but at least to me it made more sense with Kirk.
Yeah.
Than
Oh,
it
I
did-
agree.
yeah,
I'm just saying the Kirk
than it
one is
did
also a
now.
deal I'm not doing.
Yeah, I know it's a random comparison. It's just a similar contract size, so that's kind of just what made me think of it.
Speaking of contract size, Christian Kirk, 1-year deal up to $6 million with the San Francisco 49ers. He's going to join Mike Evans, who we talked about. It's on that 3-year, $42.5 million deal.
Yeah.
This offense is dangerous.
Yeah, I think for fantasy though, I'm just confused. I think that might be the weirdest wide receiver room in football, maybe.
Why?
Because what's Ricky Pearsall's role? Is Brandon Ayuk coming back?
No.
George Kittle's out.
Juwan Jennings not coming back either.
Well, yeah, he's a free agent.
I'm just saying they're not going to attempt to re-sign him.
So I like Mike Evans. Beyond that, I just have no clue.
I like
Because
it.
I would still rather have Pearsall over Kirk.
Yeah, but I want both. Because for me, Mike Evans he's a red zone
You
threat.
want the third wide receiver in an offense?
I'm saying from a team perspective, I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking fantasy.
Okay. You said you were confused. That's why you're talking about team. 'cause
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. No, I think it's the most confusing wide receiver room in football, arguably.
For fantasy
For
to
fantasy,
crack.
yes.
Yeah. I think I want a few shares of Kirk. Listen, I don't know what's in the water. You know, you always hear the joke about it's the power plant they have there. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they get hurt. I don't know. People get hurt. Mike Evans is going to miss time most likely. He'll have a few ticky-tack injuries. I think there's real opportunity for Christian Kirk to provide some season-long fantasy value. I don't think he's a terrible flex play. Probably there'll be weeks where you want him on your squad.
It'll just depend. I mean, he has done nothing the last 2 years.
He also has not been an
With the
offense
Jags.
this good.
I mean, Jags' offense was rolling last year.
Yeah, but
They just got players who were better.
you don't think what? So
Yeah.
with Kittle missing time,
Mm-hmm.
that
That's what I'm saying.
doesn't excite you.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know who's gonna be the number 2. I'd rather have Pearsall
I think Kirk will be the number 2.
over Pearsall. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Why do you think that? considering all they gave Christian Kirk was just some 1-year gimme deal, and obviously they spent high draft capital on Ricky Pearsall, first-round pick, who's obviously missed some time just with some very weird and unfortunate things with when he was shot a couple of years ago. But
I believe in Christian Kirk.
I believe.
I mean, so what were their stats last year? 28 catch, 239 yard, 1 TD. Houston missed 4 games, hamstring injury. Here's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer in the contract year magic. I'm a big believer in the 1-year deal. I'm a big believer in the, hey, this guy's got to prove it, and he wants to get one more bag before he retires. He's going to prove it.
Wow.
That's
it.
He's been around the block a few times. I think he's going to be all right. ESPN has, I mean, he's good. He's going to be out of the slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Christian Kirk's kind of a nightmare in the slot. He's going to be seeing their third best cornerback. I'm excited. I mean, I think about how the offense is drawn up. I think he's going to be taking a lot of those touches that Kittle had. I mean, it's going to be those short opportunities. I wouldn't be surprised if he finds pay dirt more than he has. I think this could be a career year for him for the 2018 second round draft pick.
I don't know.
Let me be positive.
Fangs Pros literally has him listed as wide receiver 98.
Oh,
And Pearsall is at like 32, and Mike Evans, we mentioned earlier in the show, is like a low end.
hey, we'll
wide
see.
Receiver too.
We'll see.
We will.
If I didn't disagree with you sometimes, why would people tune in?
Well, that's true. Trying to go the Max Kellerman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Muhammad Kellerman. Muhammad Dahlin. Oh, man.
Martians, death laser pointing at the earth. Give me Christian Kirk.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. On that note, we have probably about 5-ish minutes left. I'm going to rapid fire everything else.
Okay.
I don't think they're super notable.
Yep.
So I'm going to rapid fire all of them. If there's one particular you want to talk about, go for it.
Okay.
Darnell Mooney signed a 1-year, $10 million deal with the Giants, previous on the Falcons. Keaton Mitchell going from the Ravens to the Chargers, staying in the Harbaugh family, 2 years, $9.25 million.
Okay.
Rashad White from the Bucks to Washington, 1-year deal, money I could not find online. Isaiah Pacheco signing with the Lions, who lost David Montgomery to a trade. Justin Fields getting traded from the Jets to the Chiefs, and that's it. I don't know if there's anyone in there.
I mean, the Rashad White thing just makes me not want to touch that backfield. There's so many mouths to feed there, it feels like.
Yeah.
What's the depth chart there? Because they re-signed McNichols, right?
Yes, they did. Bill Krosky. They don't have Chris Rodriguez anymore. We talked about him last week.
So, yeah. Bill, Rashad White, Jerome Ford, and Jeremy McNichols. It makes me not want to draft Bill.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'll come down to camp talk.
Yeah.
Whether I'd want Bill or Rashad
Which I
White.
hate.
Yeah, I think it's either Bill or Rashad White.
I hate that. So, yeah, I don't know. It makes me not want Bill. Honestly, the Darnell Mooney news, if they don't draft a wide receiver.
That's the one. Yes, that's probably the one I was going to
So, right, if we don't know.
Now, they did bring in Isaiah Likely, remember?
Yeah,
So,
but we don't know how healthy
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors is going to be. So then your two wide receivers are going to be Darius
Yeah.
Slayton, Darnell Moon, and Calvin Austin III.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a share of Darnell Moon. Why
Mhm.
not? I'd take a flyer on him.
It's crazy. Once upon a time ago, he had over 1,000 receiving yards with the Bears and then just got lost.
Also, Darnell Mooney. I said Darnell Moon.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Let me back that up.
Yeah, once upon a time, over 1,000 receiving yards with the Bears,
Mhm.
and then just got lost in purgatory over in Atlanta. So, yeah, no, I agree. I think even with Malik Neighbors back, I think there's potential for,
That he takes over Darius Slayton's job.
well, technically like Wan'Dale Robinson. But yes, yeah, I mean, yeah, essentially. So, Yeah, that one's not too bad. I don't really care about the Keaton Mitchell, but you never know how the Harbaughs work. So that's why I'm really not high on Amari and Hampton.
I said Slayton because obviously Wandale's on the Titans.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
The former,
one
the
of them,
former role of
one of them is going to try to. I don't think Pacheco is going to be fantasy relevant. I don't think he's going to get the usage that Montgomery was, which wasn't even the top running back anyway.
His name will not be heard on fantasy football draft night.
Probably not.
No,
It
your
should
league
be.
would have to be
Other than maybe a hand. I guess actually, I would say he's a high end handcuff.
Yeah, maybe in a 14-team league with 85 roster spots.
Okay. Justin Fields, there could maybe be some streamer value if Mahomes isn't ready by week 1. But, yeah, I mean, it's not a long-term thing. And then, yeah, we were talking about White. So
Waiting for more Packers news, to be honest.
they're doing nothing. All they did was just cut all their players.
Yep. Got a 4th-round pick, though.
Yeah, lost their entire coaching staff.
We'll get some compensatory picks.
So.
Last show we're going to record before March Madness starts. You got one and all, big dog.
Well, I can't say.
Why not?
Because then you would know. And
Dude, just
nobody
tell me.
reveals. Are you doing the thing here at work?
I haven't yet. What do I have by the end of the day to sign up?
It just as long as you pay the $5 and have your bracket before games start.
Dude,
The game starts on
the 19th.
Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep, because first 4 games are today, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe I will.
So,
Who do you have winning all? Just tell me. Listen, look at me.
this is
I already have all my brackets made.
okay. So this is coming from somebody who watched half of college basketball.
Okay,
this
that's
year.
big. Let's go.
Just too busy.
Which game was it?
It was an IU game. I don't remember who they played.
Gross. So you've potentially watched 0 minutes of any tournament teams this year.
Yeah, just don't have enough time. I picked Michigan.
Fair. Not a terrible pick.
Yeah, I'm hoping St. John's. I'm hoping Rick Pitino. I know they kind of choked last year, but I'm hoping St. John's can go a long way.
I wouldn't say they had a good run last year.
No,
Is that 2 years ago, I'm thinking?
I don't even know if Pitino was on the team 2 years ago.
That's why I think they had a little run last year.
Pretty sure they lost in the first round last year, and we're like a 2 or 3 seed. Well, here, are there any other sports we want to talk about on this fantasy football show before we end today?
Hold on. Am I misremembering? I thought they had a little motion.
A little motion. Or they lost in the second round. Yeah, they were a 2 seed last year, lost in the round of 32 to 10 seed Arkansas.
Oh, because yeah, I do remember that game. I watched that at Ryan's house. You're right.
Nice.
Yeah, I was. To be honest, I was confusing them with Arizona.
Okay.
In my brain.
Yep. Which they got beat by Duke last year. I think they had two dubs.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, here actually, why don't you save your pick? We'll talk about it after the show. We do got to kind of
wow.
We got to wrap it up. Like
He's
genuinely.
depriving you because he knows I have the right pick.
We'll see. Well, thank you for tuning in into another episode of First and 15. Glad to have you back. The free agency stuff has been a lot of fun covering it, and drafts right around the corner. There'll probably be other trades and stuff too. Like I said, the Jalen Waddle thing happened literally 2 hours before we recorded this episode. So glad to have you here. Check out the Warning Track. Check out Meets of Fort Wayne and many other shows we're doing on Wayne 15 Plus. You can also find archive episodes on our YouTube channel, which has been freshly revamped in the last week or two. And
Courtesy of Clayton McMahon.
And so for Ethan Dolan, I'm Clayton McMahon. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
This is First and 15 on Wayne 15 Plus.